If I catch you there, I will shoot you. But Odinaka did not plan to invade her privacy. He just wanted to drop it close enough for her to carry it to her house. After he dropped the items, he began walking away. But as he walked away, Aku smiled shyly. She definitely had feelings for him, but she instantly wiped that smile off her face. Of course I can't marry him, she said to herself as she began carrying her items into the house. The next day, Odinaka came to see Aku at her shop, but she would not attend to him. She asked him to leave, but he quickly moved to Ifoma's shop. I want to buy something from Ifoma, he said to her. Aku looked at him confused and said, what could you possibly want to buy from Ifoma? She sells women beads. But Ifoma, who had long observed Odinaka liked Aku, quickly came to his rescue. Biko, leave my customer. Don't chase him away. So every day, Odinaka would come and buy beads from Ifoma, and Aku would eagerly wait for him to come. And anytime he was late, she would be visibly upset. It was now obvious she liked Odinaka, and Ifoma would seize every opportunity to tease her. About 2 months later, Ifoma told Aku that a suitor had come to marry her and she would be leaving the village soon. Aku was very happy for her friend, but she was also sad because she knew she would be left all by herself, and it soon dawned on her that she would be that way for the rest of her life. So, she came up with a plan to have children, and it involved Odinaka. At least, if she could not get married, she could definitely have kids. The next day, she set out to look for him to accept his proposal. Odinaka, she said, if you still want to marry me, I am ready to accept your proposal. Odinaka smiled and nodded in approval. Akun, thank you for accepting my proposal. He asked her to wait while he ran to get something from his house. When he came back, he handed her the beads he had been buying from Ifoma. They were all for her. Aku blushed at his gesture, but their conversation was not over. She had some conditions. We will not live in the same house, and I will never sleep over at your house either. Odinaka was puzzled. What kind of arrangement was that? I will fulfill all my obligations as your wife, but my conditions remain unchanged. Aku trembled as she spoke because she knew she might lose him. Odinaka pressed to find out why she had such strict conditions, but she refused to answer. Well, I can't live that way, he said to her, but I assure you that whatever it is, you can tell me and we will solve it together. Aku burst into tears. Now, she knew she was going to be alone forever. Odinaka tried to console her, but she was inconsolable. Eventually, she left him and returned to her hut. 2 days passed, and Odinaka kept coming to the market to check on Aku, but she was nowhere to be found, and Ifoma did not know her whereabouts either. He was so worried that he decided to go close to her hut and shout her name. Aku! He shouted at the top of his voice. But even after he called her several times, Aku was not responding, but her windows were open. Odinaka became scared. He decided to move closer to her hut, even though he knew Aku might despise him. And as he walked, he kept shouting her name, hoping she would respond, so he would refrain from entering her house. But still, there was no response. However, he noticed a strong stench, which only became stronger as he moved closer to the hut. Odinaka pushed the door open and saw Aku lying sick on the bed. Please, leave my house, Aku said in tears, very faintly. Odinaka quickly ran and called a herbalist to attend to her. The smell would not allow the herbalist to stay too long in the house, but Odinaka was not fazed by it. While the herbalist waited outside, Odinaka would go in with the medicine and feed it to Aku. Long after the herbalist had gone, he stayed with Aku and urged her to go back to bed, but Aku refused to. But because of how tired she was, she eventually did. While Odinaka waited for her to wake up, he cooked her a meal, washed her clothes, and began cleaning the hut. But while he was cleaning around her bed, he noticed there was a huge patch of water where Aku lay down. He was shocked because it was not there before she slept. But upon closer examination, he realized Aku had bedwetted.